Part 2. How do we know what people want? Do you know what the worst thing you can do is ask someone? Because honestly, they'll come out with the craziest ideas. And again, I've not got any examples, but you make stuff for someone swearing it's going to be a big thing, and then you sell 3. So what you actually do, the best way to do it, the single best way of doing it, is looking at what's already out there in the market. So again, naively, because we all start naively, we look at the market and it's all full of stuff, and then we find a gap and we think, whoa, no one is making the Whammo 7000 foot manipulator, and we go crazy and we make it and no one buys it. Because, double-edged swords, no competition in a market generally means no one wants it. Sometimes it means it's not possible to make it as well, for some reason. But generally speaking, if no one's making it, you really got to ask yourself, why? So that's our double-edged sword. On one side, you can make it, no competition, no one buys it. On the other side, everyone's making it. Everyone wants it. This is great. Let's dive right in there, and you are completely drowning in better products. And that's why that one's harder. So you have to build a lot of courage up, because you're going to go out there with a product that is categorically, and this is hard to say, inferior. Your product is not going to be as good as theirs. Do you know, this isn't as good as a Boss pedal, because they've been making millions of them and they know what they're doing. Yeah, it has some cool features, but it's not as good. And that is where we get to it. It has some cool features. You have to differentiate yourself from the competition without going back to no one wants it. So what's yours got that they hasn't got that makes yours unique and interesting, that isn't necessarily better, just unique and different? And so out of that is born, part 3, an ideology. So you need an ideology, unless you don't. A business ideology, some sort of idea of what your business stands for. Not in a massive moralistic sense. I mean, it could be, but to me, it's not about morals. It's about ideology in terms of your conceptual thing. You know, your customers are going to come back to you because you have something that appeals to them. And for me, it's elegance. AudioStorm is about elegance. So that's going to alienate some people. Some people want crazy chaos and a million knobs, and different people are going to want different things. And you can't help that. You've got to make some enemies. You're going to have some critics. So you're going to do that, and at the same time, you're going to focus on what you want and make your unique whatever it is. So in my case, I feel that the whole kitchen sink attitude of 150 amplifiers in one box was done to death already in the emergence of digital signal processing in the MIDI sort of era. Things like the Digitech GSP2 101, which was absolutely insane. I mean, that thing had so much in it. I mean, you went in there and you go, 15 parameters for reverb. You just didn't know what you were doing. Do I really want a little bit more pre-delay or not? I mean, technically it made sense, but there was no real, I don't know, it was hard to grasp as a musician, you know, and I loved that thing, and I loved a lot of the things around it, but that's not what AudioStorm's about. Looking again, facts, sort of lightweight research. People keep buying Marshalls and Fenders and these sort of amplifiers. They're really old-fashioned. Why are they buying them? Are they really the best sounding option you've got? I don't believe they are. They're not the best sounding option you've got. But they are unique in a certain kind of way because they force you to focus on playing, okay? Not tweaking. You know, there's only so much tweaking you can do to a Marshall, and it isn't very effective. So you have to play. And I think that is interesting, because by reducing the amount of choice, you're forcing people to be better musicians. And I think for some of us, that really appeals. Not for all of us. Some of us want diversity and creativity, and we can get trapped in a hole. But on the whole, some of us want limited choices. We'd like someone to make some of those decisions for us. You know, we don't necessarily need a guitar where we can change the tone mud, you know, on a whim. We might just like Alder or maple. We just like it. We're fine with it. We can do what we want with it. Yeah, we can't get the mahogany sound, but so what? You know, and that enables us to focus on it. So this is why I make my hotboxes, my attenuators, with mode switches. You know, because I don't think we need a 95 watt amp or a 97 watt amp. What we need is like a 100 watt amp, a 15 watt amp, a 1 watt amp, and we need to pick the amp we're using. Someone might disagree. So elegance is elegantly simple. My philosophy of elegance. Bah!